Howdy howdy folks, it is Quinnie back at you with another video. I hope you guys are having a great day because I sure am. And let's just say this is a PSA. My birthday is in a couple of days, so yeah, don't forget to wish me a happy birthday. Anyways, for the topic of this video, it's about this it's about this one person that I've met from Berdan. His name is Rico. He is a mechanic and he is very notorious in the area. Let me just put it that way. He is very notorious in Berdan. And let's just say this because I had long talks with my with my friend Sam and his friend Jace. And they told me about Rico and how much of an idiot he is. And I thought it would make for a fun video. I mean, I hope if Rico ever sees this video, he is not offended and he gets a laugh out of it. So who knows? But anyway, let's get into it. So, from what I heard from Jace and Samuel about Rico, apparently he is a combat veteran that used to be in the military. He fought in the Eggman Wars actually. And after, the war ended, he came back and he decided to get into cars. He basically decided to he went to school, like he went to mechanic school, and he opened up a shop in the northern part of Berdan, and he does get a lot of business. And he is actually a whole whiz with cars, right? So you would think because of all that, this guy would be extremely smart. He would be beloved. He wouldn't be taken advantage of. Well, you thought wrong, right? This guy is one of the most gullible people that I have heard of in a long time. He is extremely gullible. He basically believes anything anyone tells him. And it's actually pretty sad because I've seen like I've or not seen, but I've heard stories from what Jace and Samuel have told me about him. And like this man, you would think that this man who is only in his early to mid 30s, you would think that this man had like dementia or something with how just awful and gullible he is. Like there's this one story that Jace told me. And oh yeah, and by the way, this is one of Jace's ex-boyfriends, by the way. Like this is an ex-boyfriend of his. Like he dated Rico before. He told me that there was this racing group called the Speed Striders, right? Don't know who they are, but from what he told me, there was the leader of the Speed Striders. His name is Hugo. He pretty much manipulated Rico into becoming his boyfriend. It sounds weird, and this is why, and this is wild, and this is around the same time that Jace and Rico were dating. He basically just manipulated him, and he would also lose a lot of, and Rico would also lose a lot of his cars to them because he would race them, and a lot of his cars he lost because of how gullible he was, not knowing that he would lose against their high powered cars. And let's just say that like it is so wild to think about this. Like this is honestly the most gullible person in Vermilion City. Like by far, by far, the most gullible person in Vermilion City, and it is absolutely scary. This man could be talked into like jumping off of a cliff if anything. There's this other story that I remember uh hearing about Rico. This one's from Samuel, because Samuel was closer to Rico than Jace was, even when they were dating. And I remember Samuel told me that like all you really need to do in order to manipulate him is either just basically all you have to do is seduce him and just take him out in the back and give him some back shots. Let me just say this, right? Another thing about Berdan, and I remember I said this in my last video about Tito, because he's also from Berdan. Berdan is a safe place. Like I'll say the safest place in Vermilion City. I have another thing to say about that place. That place breeds some of the they breed some very, very sexually free people. Let me just put it that way. Like that place breeds nothing but just let's just say they breed a lot of 304s there, if you know what a 304 is. And Rico is very much a 304. Like he is definitely a 304. And from what I heard, and this is from Tito. This is all. It also is also involving Tito. Basically, like Tito heard about some parts that that basically or a tune up that only Rico could do. Rico pretty much seduced him and just let's just say he basically just slept with him in order to get that upgrade done free of charge. Like like it's actually pretty hilarious to hear how like it's hilarious. And like I said, Rico is a 304. Like you wouldn't expect him to be a 304, but he is very much a 304. It's really, really funny. And like let me just put it this way, right? I have no room to talk because let's just say in my younger years, I was also kind of a 304 because, I hooked up with a lot of people, and I've talked about that before. But Rico is older than me, and he outclasses me in every way when it comes to just sex in every way, right? Like back then, I would like have hookups every now and then. Like this man nowadays in his, like I said, early to mid 30s is just getting so much, he's just getting so much, you know he's just getting so much sex that it just makes no sense. And Berdan, and I remember like when I was still living in Angels Park, I remember a lot of the echidna that lived in Angels Park would, if they wanted to, like, if they wanted a release, they would just go to Berdan, and they would, because they knew Berdan was the main place to get Berdan is pretty much the main place you go to if you just want a one night stand or if you want to hook up. That's the main place. Obviously, Angels Park had their 304s. Obviously, Gadberry had their 304s. Obviously, downtown Vermilion had their 304s. But the best 304s in the city was in Berdan, and that's where everybody went. And I know two of them, two main 304s in Berdan. There is this girl named Lucy, who I feel like I should definitely talk about in a video because she has, let's just say she has a lengthy history, and Rico. And from what I heard, Rico also hired two let's just say he hired two assistants to help him in his garage. And from what I heard, those girls are also 304s as well. So, yeah, let's just say the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree, even if they aren't related. Well, that's pretty much it for this video. I know it's just a video of me just talking shit, but I mean, it's still pretty funny. And like, all I gotta say is this is like, like I said, if he ever watches this video, I hope he takes it as a joke and not me being serious. I mean, he is a 304 after all, so I'm pretty sure he's proud of it. I mean, why wouldn't you be proud of being a 304? Hell, I was a proud 304. But anyway, I hope you guys have a great day, and as always, stay pretty, my harlots.